Okay, we have our final video. Um, this is very short. I knew this was obviously the last video. I was getting married in June, and um, yeah, I just wasn't going to have. I was having a different life, I guess, a different lifestyle or something. So I just want to be able to be staying at the skate park for hours on end, and going out and stuff like that till 11 at night. That's just not the lifestyle that I was going to be living. Um, I also had, I just got an iPhone 4S. And so this is the first and only HD video. Sometimes I wonder, like, would the other videos have felt different, looked different? Would it even been cool? And like, would we have wanted to keep doing them, or would I wanted to keep doing them if they were in HD instead of VHS? I don't know. I think they feel more classic and like more memorable and like more memories. Um, and that was just like much cooler to me. So I'm not sure. But anyways, Jalen's in the video now, and here he is.
You remember the first time you did a tray flip? Yeah.
That was not his
It
first.
was horrible.
That was not his first straight flip. It was just a random one. That was bad. But um, me and Jalen had to have all the jokes. We still have all the jokes when we talk, but this was a joke from here.
Chocolate. I remember when they first invented chocolate. Sweet, sweet chocolate. I always hated it. Oh, but this chocolate's not for...
Yeah, that was where the joke came from. So we would just say things like that to each other, and we, when you're friends with somebody, and you know the response that you know what the other person's talking about. So I'm glad I got that on camera. David's filming in our car. There is a Baja Blast from Taco Bell right there. We're going down Michigan. Whatever. We used to go to the Taco Bell in Michigan across from the hospital all the time. Not David, but me and Jalen and Chris all the time, especially this summer. Uh, and we would get Crunch Wraps because there was like a happy hour. So we would get, not Crunch Wrap. What was it called? Grilled. It was like a grilled snack wrap or something. They were called Grillers. And we would get that. They were like $1 or $2, and then Baja Blast or any drink was $1. Man, that was great. We used to always go there. Oh man, ooh, I'm just thinking of all the jokes that we had. There was a joke that someone did at Taco Bell. I think it was me, but anyways, I won't get into it. But that's funny. So we're driving in my car. David's filming. You can see his fingers on the right. This spot, people are probably like, such a terrible spot. It is, but like, this was another thing where like, I always wanted to get some sort of footage there. Like, you can't really skate the ledge, and the sidewalk is terrible because it's all bricks. But I always wanted to get clips there. Glenn had a clip here in Jerry's Kids, and I always thought it was so cool. He did like kickflip manual and maybe like a backside flip over it or something. Um, but when like 1998, 1999, when I think about like seeing people skateboarding for the first time, it was here. It was in the parking lot because this used to be a huge like skating area. Um, so I always wanted to get tricks here, and I finally did. And I'm wearing all black. And my truck was like broken. I always skated with terrible equipment, I'll say. Um, Great. Okay, I gotta talk about that clip. Um, a lot of clips that I do, a lot of tricks that I do, they're always like inspired by pro videos because I always watch. I was a big video watcher. But that clip, it didn't turn out how I wanted. In my mind, I'll show you how it was supposed to turn out. Like, I didn't fully get it there because this is a very steep bank. But here's the clip that I was going for, which no one knows. No one would ever know. Rob Deerdeck. That's what I was going for. He didn't really even rotate it all the way either. But anyways, that's what I was going for. That's why it's filmed from the top. And also, if you stick on that and go fall, that's really steep. You just go straight to the bottom. Fig 5-0, great. This clip, switch flip back tail. Probably one of my first tries. I did that, but I think on this day I was trying switch flip back tails, shove it out, because I had done one perfectly. Like, I got in, I got almost to the end and I almost stopped, and then I did like the perfect shove it and landed like bolts. I know it sounds a lot, but that's how it was in my mind. But I remember on this day, this was just like, oh, I'm going to do this first, and then I'll do like shove it out, big spin out. I always wanted to do big spin out, but also I did like this color filter on here where everything looks like super saturated. I wanted to actually do the entire video like this, but once I did a couple clips and then I saw all the other colors from all the other clips, I'm like, this isn't going to work. But I had already saved them. So anyways, there's a couple clips that look really weird, and this is one of them. And I was pretty bummed that I touched. That was a fun trick. I always wanted to ollie these stairs. Jalen, Chris in the background. I also always wanted to do like a grind on this ledge over here and then over the stairs, but this ceiling is super low, so. I'm pretty sure Josh kickflipped up that, ollie up, kickflip it. Me and David used to skate here all the time at night. Like, I lived really close to here, and he would come over like at midnight, and we would go skating there. Okay, switch 360 flip 50-50. On a curb, whatever, doesn't matter. I mean, it's pretty cool that it's on a curb. But I remember in 2009, I think, I remember skating down here a lot, and I remember doing this trick all the time. And I also always wanted to do like switch big spin 50-50. I think I actually did switch front shove it 50-50, frontside 50-50. But anyways, this was like in 2009. And I remember seeing some people down here like Nick McGaw. I'm pretty sure I saw Arthur down here at that time also. And yeah, I think I talked to Arthur about this one time, seeing him down there. And he was like, oh yeah, I remember you being down there and doing that trick. That's so funny. Pops skate shop. It's a great curb, by the way. Kickflip frontside rock and roll. It's great. Switch flip and then ollie with the wrong side of my board. That clip, in all honesty, it's supposed to be symbolic. This is about like, it's oversaturated. Everything's like, it's supposed to be like me going from darkness to light. Long story. Kind of a, when I became a Christian, I was like, darkness, light, you know, there's symbolism there. That's what that represented. This trick, the one that got away. The one that got away. I tried this trick for about 2 weeks, like an hour or two a day, and I felt bad asking Jalen to always film me, but I really, really, really wanted to land it. and I'm really, really unhappy that I did. One day I went and I was like, you know, you get warmed up, and I'm like, okay, my only goal of being here today is to land this clip, um, or to finally get this clip. And I was like, okay, I'm feeling pretty good. Jalen wasn't there yet, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try it. I'm just gonna try it. And the second try, I got into it perfectly, and I was going towards the edge, and I'm like, I got it. I got it. I'm there. I'm there. And right before I went to the maybe like 3 feet away, I'm like, I can't land it right now. I can't land it and not have it be filmed. So I'm not gonna land it. So I very consciously like put my wheels down and just rode off the edge. And I was like, I'm as good as landed it. Like I counted as a land because I knew that I was gonna get there. But you have to come off perfectly straight, which I didn't do in this clip. But I I regret not actually landing that just for my own peace of mind. Like I said, I tried it for 2 weeks. The problem is it got super waxy, and I could never do it. I don't think I could even do it after this. Like I wanted to go back and do it, but this is all black now, or it was when the last couple times I've been there. It's just all black, and if you tried to pivot, you wouldn't be able to. So, I actually think that from trying it so hard, like I ended up like twisting something or pulling something in my hips or sides or something, and I just couldn't even twist that way anymore. I couldn't do the revert anymore. It's very, very sad to me that I got so close. And yeah, I got super scared because I was at the coping, and also you get going really fast. Like I know it slowed it down, but you get going really fast. And I just wanted the clip in there to be like, just so it's there, just so I wouldn't forget about it. And I think that's the second closest that I ever got. It really makes me sad. Sometimes I'm like, I should basically make it like, for example, this year, I should train myself just to go back and do that trick sometime this year. Like go back. Obviously, it would be like an hour and a half drive every time I go to try it. And I would be trying it for 3 hours. And I probably wouldn't even get close because the last time I went there, I could barely even ollie up that. So it'd take a lot of training. And, but I want to so bad. I want to so bad. David, drinking water at the tennis courts. This was a very hot day. Very hot day. I don't know what kind of shoes he was wearing, what washed jean shorts he was wearing. That was really good. He does that. Well, I don't know how he does that. I can't do that. This 360 flip is explosive. It's seriously explosive. I gotta watch it again. It's just like, it's just explosive. That's the only way that I can describe it. Switch front shove it. So good. I always wonder what the people thought about us. I love this. I love the double shove it. The double shove it. This is gnarly because I was obviously keeping an eye out for the road there. This is a one-way road, and it's under the highway. And I saw these cars coming, and I'm like, no, don't go. And he just goes, and I'm like, he's gonna get hit by the car. I know he is. And or was it that one? Yeah, no. I mean, if he had went like 1 second earlier, he would have run into the car. This is really cool. This is all like in one day. It's just like a 2-block radius. This is really cool. That's a fun spot. That was really poppy. And this is really good. Kickflip 50-50 is really good. I want to say about this 360 flip. Again, I mentioned, what? Oh, it's anti-hero board. I mentioned that the inspiration of basically the entire video, all the videos, was I wanted to make David a skate part, and I wanted to use this song called Summer Camp by Summer Camp, the band. And I just wanted to have a really good fisheye lens of a 360 flip, because David can do 360 flips really good. And then I realized I never ever filmed him doing a 360 flip over a sewer. That's what I wanted. That's the only thing that I wanted, because we were skating the sewers on Hamilton a lot. And I never did, so I had to get one. He was actually trying to do this and then kickflip 50-50 in a line, but it just wasn't working. And this gap is so crazy. It's one of the gaps that, like, you always drive by and you're like, that would be cool if someone ollied that. But the ground is terrible. The sidewalk up there is terrible. I just noticed them over here. But the sidewalk is awful. But for some reason, like, I always have this in my mind, like filming someone doing this, like just flying down the sidewalk and then going from here to here. But I'm pretty sure there's a giant crack here. So he just kind of ollied to the side, but it's still so cool. Yeah, I had a lot of respect for that. And look, again, Baja Blast, Taco Bell. So I just remember that Jalen had moved. I was like, where was Jalen in all the other videos? But he had moved to Grand Rapids for a while. So he wasn't there for quite a bit. And he had come back in the third one? Yes, the third one. In the fall, late fall. Anyways, at this point, he was pretty good. Backside flip over a cigarette. That's what he's doing. He's doing a backside flip over a cigarette case. Yeah, that's what it was. How do I remember that? I don't. The things you remember, you know? I'm pretty sure he did this line better once. Maybe not. It was still good. DC Nishas, I remember those. That was cool. He could just do that for some reason. And this was really, really cool. I was really happy that he got that. He stomped it. I'm glad that he finally got like some really good tricks in there. Greg. So he could somehow do that. That's crazy. Actually, the frontside heel flip, he catches it so good. His back foot, he just catches it with his back foot. That's so good. And then this is just nuts. Yeah, that's nuts. Christian. Of course, Ruben here. I'm like, you got to get a hard flip to fakie for me. Concept style. This, he was trying to do, he's really upset when he lands. He's kind of just like, because he was trying to do fakie heel flip, fakie 5-0. Yeah, he was trying to do fakie 5-0 there, but he didn't. And just the natural thing when you do a 50-50 is to do a fakie frontside big spin out, I guess. Again, if you didn't see what I said in the last video about Ruben, childhood hero, to catch him in HD here is really great. And I remember it was just like me and him skating that day, and it was like, again, you meet your heroes. You meet your heroes one day, and it was just crazy. We skated a lot. He was always there. So. Jermaine. Backside Smith grind, which is funny. I remember he was having like a bad day that day. But also DeMarcus shows up randomly. Like, he hadn't been there in a long time, and he was like, oh yeah, I'll do a clip. I'll do a frontside heel flip over that. Okay, randomly. He could still really do it. I remember after this time, he was like, oh yeah, I want to start skating again and like filming more. I'm like, all right, because this year they really weren't showing up or skating very much. Again, getting older, doing other things. And then, yeah, Chris. Again, here's one of those color corrected clips. This is such a smooth kickflip. Boom. Awesome 360 flip. Chris had gotten really good here. One of those was my board. Yeah, Chris was really good. And he was really tall. And I love this clip. This is what I wanted that smooth flowing line. And it reminded me of Brent Aichley. Because if you know Brent Aichley from the Element video, back in whenever, he just had like a smooth, like manual everything. And then like 360 flip out of nowhere. This is basically what I wanted him to do here. Because otherwise he would have just like 360 flipped the gap. But I'm like, no, you got to flow it together with a manual. Of course, I ended it like that to be like kind of like the PJ Ladd video part. PJ Ladd's Wonderful Horrible Life, where he ends on a push. I wanted to just cut it off early. I mean, he went to board slide the rail, the top of the rail, but he didn't do it, obviously. Well, he had ran out of steam, basically. He didn't. Again, these are just like memories. That's like a shifty over a cone, which is really good. That's like volume 4. This is David at the Red Eye. Which is funny because, again, me and David would always go to the Red Eye. This is just on my iPad or something. But, again, being annoyed. He was always just annoyed at a lot of the things that I did. Taking pictures of him. What are you taking a picture of me? Dude, stop. Stop taking pictures of me. But this was not even really when we were skating. Like, this was when he was really young. And I just had the picture on my iPad. And I wanted to throw it in. Me and David actually really met or like exchanged numbers or something at the Red Eye for the first, that's where we first exchanged numbers. Like I met him at the skate park. I literally thought he was like a foreign exchange student because he didn't talk to anybody and he was like Hispanic. And so I'm like, and he rode like this World Industries board, like an Enrique Lorenzo World Industry board, I think. And I was like, this kid probably got this terrible board from like wherever his home country is. and he would do he could do really good tricks though. He could do like switch heel flips. He could do frontside heel flips. He actually did like a switch big spin heel flip. Yeah, he was really good at all that stuff. And I'm like, he's got it. He can't be from around here. I've never met him, first of all. He was also riding a bike back and forth to the skate park. I'm like, he's from another country. But I ended up seeing him at the Red Eye. And he was doing math. And I was like, oh, like, if you ever need help, I was like, oh, you're doing whatever, blah, 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 you go to the skate park, right? You skate. And I was like, well, if you ever need help for this, like, I'm good at math. Like, I was working at Delta as a math tutor in their tutoring center. And he was like, oh, okay. He's like, well, I'm pretty good at it, but all right. And then I ended up seeing him a bunch of times at Delta. And then we started hanging out. So, anyways, that's David. Me and him at the Red Eye. Perry doing a 5.0. His wheel is on it. He didn't actually do a 5.0. This, I'm pretty sure I posted this on Instagram. That's my flip phone, obviously. Me and Chris, this was there was like a meme or something where it was like, but first let me take a selfie. I'm pretty sure that was the caption that I used. So so I asked somebody to take a picture on my iPad or something. I don't remember what it was. Anyways, we were taking a selfie together. My wife took that picture. It's pretty cool. She took a bunch of cool pictures of me one day. This is that one picture on that really, really cold day. Christian. Why do I forget his name? Josh? I don't remember his last name. Jonathan. Again, more random pictures on my iPad. I had I did like a roll of film. Chris, coming from like a funeral or something, he was dressed up. Me and David was visiting. This was a great day. This was that day that from volume 1, I think Jerry took this picture and posted it on Instagram, and I poached it from him. But yeah, this was from volume 1 when we all went out to skate this thing. So Justin, Jermaine, other Jermaine, Jonathan, my car. I don't know who this is. Josh, that Josh guy, DeMarcus, me with my Wub hat. It was a great hat and my favorite shoes. And this was we were like just scraping the dirt off of here, so we could land it. I forgot what this kid's name is. I want to say Carl, but his name's not Carl. Who would be named Carl? Well, he was just like a guy who would skate with us. And I'm pretty sure he couldn't ollie. So he probably just tried to ride off this. That's not Chris, is it? Who is that? I don't know who that is. No idea. Okay. But that was a cool day. Me and Jalen. I love this picture. I love that board, number 1. I like the picture of us. I love these pants. And I'm pretty sure that was my board I gave to him. To me, this picture is like, shows how easy skating was for DeMarcus. And he's just up there like, yeah, he was just messing around. He would like make faces when he was doing this trick. And I can still hear the rail clunking, clunk, and then him landing it, stomping it. Heel flip at the media center. That same picture from last time. And then this picture. That's the end of the video. But this last picture, Nick took this. I remember the night when he was taking a bunch of pictures. But Nick took this. DeMarcus, you can barely see him. Justin, who I didn't actually realize is putting middle finger up. This was Chris's old board, but it was my board now. I love this board. It was great. Perry, again with my board. This was a chocolate board, which was like a Swiss Army knife. My wife always says, "You looked so happy here," which is so funny because it was a cool picture. Anyways, Nick Cronkite took this picture, and he probably doesn't know this, but he was actually like the person who inspired me to actually ever first start filming them, because he took like, I think that Justin and DeMarcus were in one of his like videos that he posted on Facebook, because he would make videos and post them on Facebook or YouTube, whatever. But I think they had like a clip in there. But also, he took this picture. I think there was like, he would also like post pictures because he took a lot of pictures. But he took this picture of them like drinking out of the water fountains, or like standing by the water fountains. And I just thought it was so cool. And I had seen them before, and all they would do is like just come and skate. They'd be super quiet, but they would skate. A little bit more racism, but like, but I remember seeing them and thinking like, I'm like, are these kids like African or something? Because they're so dark. I don't know. For some reason, I thought that, and I never heard them talk. So again, when people don't talk, I just assume that they can't speak English. Whatever. And I was like, oh, like that's so cool that he took pictures of him. He must have had a clip of them also. And when the first clip I ever filmed of them was not in any of these videos, it was actually in a different video. If you remember, if you were there at the time, here it is, Old Town Skate Shop promo, which was supposed to show at Lawn Chair Film Festival, but it never did because they were supposed to. They had the copy. They wanted a promo, and so whoever it was, Flip, I think it was Flip, he like had a camera from Ian, and they were like, oh yeah, like get a clip of everybody and like put it in. And so this was actually the first clip. This is Byron, but like I wanted to get a clip of everybody at the park. And so here's the first clips that I ever filmed of them. Right here. Like I was like, that's really cool. And yeah. And that's on my channel also. But yeah, those were the first clips, and I was like, wow, like they're really good. Like you can ollie a six stair, super clean. And I'm like, okay. And then like just from there, like we started skating more and like just talking at the skate park. But again, that was from, like I said, I saw some pictures that Nick posted online, and I just thought they were cool, and we started skating more. But yeah, I really like this picture. So that was it. That was the last video. I like this video. I do like this video. I went back to part-time, obviously. The music is part-time, so I had to go back to the beginning. Yeah, I don't know. Just in general, like to wrap it all up, I think that like filming and editing a video rather than being in it, like it's so much better because it's almost like you're giving people a gift. Like obviously you're creating something. Even when you like do skating, when you are skating, you're creating something. But when you film it and edit it, it's like you're giving people a gift. It's like you're capturing them and saying like, here's everything that I like about your skating. Here's the way that I think about it. Here's the way that I think about you. Here it is like this is how I see you through my own eyes, and like I hope that that comes across in the videos. Um, like DeMarcus's part, like all of his parts and all of his skating, like the way that it's edited, the way that it was filmed, the way that it goes with the music, the things that the other clips of him that I showed, like I hope that it comes off that it's like I think I mentioned before, like he's like one of the most talented people that I've ever met with skating, especially at that age. And like I hope that that comes off to others, and that I was able to show others like how epic he is because he's epic. Or David, like the fact that David's even in the video with a lot of the silly stuff that he does. Like I hope that people see that, and like the little like skirt things that he does, or even like just the little shove-its. Like I think it's so cool. Um, and the things that I wish that I could do and make them look as cool. But like by including them in the video, I'm like hoping that other people see it and they're like, yeah, that's pretty cool. And like I like the way that it looked. And it's not the way that it looks, or it's not that it looks cool because of the way that I edited it or filmed it. It's just like, I don't know. I'm capturing it and sharing it with other people. So for that reason, I'm like all these videos I feel very happy about. I feel very happy about it and proud of it, and just happy that they exist. Because like, and I don't say this like in like a um like an arrogant sort of way, but it's like if I didn't film all of it, like who would have? Nick was there. Other people came along and they were filming things. And Nick did film a lot of stuff, but we both filmed different people. And when I think about like a lot of the people that I wanted to film or like to capture that part of like history, and maybe it was just my life, but like these are the people that I wanted to film. These were the people who I wanted to, in a way, like immortalize in a way. Because 10 years ago, like these videos still exist and you can still look back on them, and if you were in them, you can remember them. Yeah, I hope that people get at least some sort of the feeling that I get from them all. Um, yeah, like I said, I don't know if anybody would have, but I felt compelled at that time. I think it was just compelled to like try to create something with me and David, really, more than anything. And I think if it was just me and David, then I would have probably just like, we would have filmed a couple parts and then put like a bunch of artsy stuff in there. And that would have been it. But when it came to be like a big group of people, like that's when it really became like something special. Um, and then so I'm trying to think like when I think about this time, I've been talking about it like what's my favorite video, which one is my favorite, what one do I think is like emblematic of the whole time? Is there a certain clip that like that captures it all? I don't think that there's a specific clip. It's close. It's close to being a specific clip, but in general, the best video is volume 2 for sure. Like I didn't want it to be that one. I didn't want it to because with that video like I said I was trying really hard. And I didn't want that one to be the one that I liked the most, but I can't get away from it. I can't get away from it. It's the music. Um, it's the skating. Um, Coincidentally, it's the one with the least amount of me. But anyways, but and I said it before, but it's this clip right here. it's it's that clip for me. Like there's so much going on here. Like I said, it's the symbolism of okay, Pat probably hadn't skated in like 10 years. Not 10 years, but like 5 years. Um, there's this guy who I'm still gonna say his name was Miyamoto, but that's the person who invented Mario and Zelda. So I don't know. Here's Jerry and Glenn, and he just blasts through them. Like, watch out. You know what I mean? I talked about the clip. I could talk about it for so long, but again, I'm I'm pretty sure that I'm like hanging on a fence, and you see how busy the skate park is. I'm glad that that was captured. He just goes like Justin just cuts in front of him. There's a rail right there. People are just skating around. There's bikes. Someone's skating the sea ledge in the corner. It's busy. It's summer. And that was just when that was the peak. That was peak filming for me. And the fact that it was Pat, like I said, another childhood hero. Um, and then, I mean, this skating is really good here. Like, this is a really cool clip. Like I said, I'm filming it in secret, and this is just raw skating of like something that he would always do, and that he was trying for a really long time. Um, Nighttime skating, that was a big thing. When I got my light, it kind of like changed things. Um, Josh is somewhere here. When he does the kickflip croak, to me, that's just like, that's one of my favorite tricks in like all the videos because it's so effortless. Um, and so the level of skating there is just, yeah, that's just so cool. And then the other clip that I think about, it's so weird. It's, well, the other thing is at the end, this song I think about all the time, and I think it's one of the best. But just to have them all in the one part together, like that's like if I could take one part from all the videos, it would be just this one. If I had to watch, if I could only save one, it would be this one, I think, because they're all three together, and yeah. But I think about not this clip, and Justin coming up and dancing, because this was like they probably just got dropped off by somebody's mom or grandma or something, and you see people skating into they're skating into the park as a group, and that was just a big thing. Like you show up with the people that you show up with, and if you're with like a major crew, you just roll in like we're here. And at this point, I think it was getting to that point where they had a good standing and a good stature. Um, where this was just such a cool clip, and I'm like, uh oh, they're here. We're gonna film some stuff. So yeah, it has to be that. It has to be that video and that clip, or those, that montage. So those two montages, they're great. They're amazing. Um, Both part-time music, which is great because I think it's kind of a defining feature of all the videos. Um, but yeah, I think about this video. If I had to save one, it would be this one. And in general, like, I think about my skating career, like in two eras, like 2003 to 2007 was, again, if you didn't know what Cool Night was, but that was my Cool Night era. That was like teenager into college skating, um, which was mostly about like measuring up to other people. Like the first video that we ever made um, was to be like, it was in response really to the concept video, and they had a video where it was like, Pat, Ruben, Blake, Hector. I was like, who's the other guy's name? And it was like kickflip a three stair, 180 a three stair, backside 180 a three stair, crooked grind, shove it out. Um, and I remember just being like, again, this was just me at the time, like, and it was skating at the time where it was always about like one upping someone else. I was like, I bet I could kickflip a four stair. I bet I could do a switch 180 down a three stair, not a 180 frontside 180, but a switch 180 down a three stair. And that was the video that we made. Um, and I was like, it has to be better, but it wasn't better. Um, and I think we were trying to create something where, and again, this is just kind of like that phase of your life, but like we were creating something where it was about doing better, doing what's most technical. Like I would make a list of tricks. I'm like, I'm doing this trick, this trick, this trick, this line where I do this, this, and this, because that's just the way that skating was. Um, I think I remember hearing something called like a vice versa line, or like yeah, that's what it was called, a vice versa line, where you do like a crooked grind and then a kick flip and then a 5-0 grind, and then in the next clip you do like a switch 5-0 and a switch kickflip and a switch crooked grind. Like you do something opposite. Like, I mean, that's cool, but like it's just about impressing people. I think that's what it was. But this time, 20, and you know what? Honestly, when the skate park opened in like 2011, was it 2010, 2011? It kind of was still about that. It was still about me trying to, anything that I did was all about like trying to be more technically good. Um, that never goes away. But when I started making these videos, it was about like having fun. And like as lame as that sounds. And like creating something. And I think that was mostly because like from meeting David that I was excited to like create something. Um, and it was trying to be cool, yes, but like doing skating to be cool, knowing that you're like never going to measure up, really. Um, but like creating something that you can share with people, like it was for us. I guess I'll just say that it was for us, and it was for the people in the video. Um, so when I think about skating, I don't think about 2000s. I think about this 2011 to 2015, and like obviously it's more recent, but like even when I come back to Saginaw, my memories are with these people. The skate spots are these skate spots. Like when I think about old skate spots, I'm like, oh yeah, we did used to skate there once in a while, huh? So, um, yeah, this kind of just, and it probably has something to do with like this led up to me moving away. So when I think about my last memories of Saginaw, it was this time. And yeah, these are the spots. These are the memories. This is what I felt like I was leaving. These are the friends that I had. And honestly, I talked to some friends from way back then, but like, I don't know. The friendships are different, I guess. The memories are different. Probably just a perspective thing. I was older and I was with younger people, so I had a little bit more of a perspective. But I'm very happy that they exist. I love to share them, and I love to share these my thoughts here. So I'm going to do more videos, but they might not mean anything to you. If these videos mean something to you, then the other ones that I do probably won't mean anything to you. But anyways, if you're in one of the videos, if you had a clip, if you enjoyed them, if this is what you skate or think about when skating, and you cherish these times like as much as I do, thank you. You're welcome. I'm glad we did it. I wish we could do this again. But I'm old now. So it would still be a blast. It would still be a blast for sure. But anyways, I'm going to be done. So thanks for watching, and take care.